2, 1.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This your boy T-Lo.
Yo, what's Gucci? This your man Tweet.
What up, y'all? DJ Kid Fresh.
What's up? This your boy RL.
And we're next.
And you're rocking with The Rebirth every Monday at 7 p.m.
But you know the hits. Rebirth Radio, baby, every Monday, 7 p.m. Shane and Eli. All right, rocking that old school. Peace.
Good evening. Welcome to The Rebirth on Philly Jams 95.3 FM. I'm your host, Shay Marriott.
And it's your boy, Eli Isabel, a.k.a. The South Got Something to Say. Happy Monday, Shay.
Happy Monday, friend. Look,
How
I
are you?
I gotta turn my whole body to talk to you. Like, something funky is going on with my neck, y'all. And it's like, I don't know.
Like Frankenstein.
I don't know what's happening. And it's
Good
hard
evening.
to drive. Like, I'm driving and I'm turning around or trying to turn around. Yeah, I'm looking
Which side hurts?
a little handy.
The whole neck?
The whole, all in the back, all the way going up to like the low part of my head down. Yeah, man.
that sounds uncomfortable.
I done put Tiger Balm on it. It's been massaged. This done had warm packs on it, cold packs. I done been to a chiropractor. I don't know what's happening.
How long this been going on?
It's been going on over a week now.
Dang.
Yeah. Yeah, I start feeling it. I think I start feeling tension last Monday, but then it just started to get to the point where I couldn't turn my head.
So you carry your stress in your neck.
I usually carry it in my lower back and hips, because that's where women carry their
In your
emotions
hips.
and stuff. Yeah,
Really?
for real. Yeah, but it's a lot going on right now. So
Right.
little tense. So I just been working out, doing a sauna, doing some stretching, and all of that. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
I see you got a new addition to the family.
Man, listen, insurance went up like a mofo. But yeah, well worth it. So the kiddo, she got a whip this weekend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Haley.
Yeah, boy, you couldn't tell her nothing.
I know that's right. You gotta come take Miss Shay for a ride.
Well, you better let us get this practicing first.
Well, you get
Yeah, we
get your skills up first.
we practiced yesterday. I mean, she been driving, but yesterday we went to the route she's gonna take to school.
Okay.
We did that route and back home. So my goal is that we were gonna wait till Christmas, but I was just like, we really need her to start driving this whole month. So after the break, she can kind of, everybody be comfortable.
Right.
So the plan is to let her drive herself to school every day with one of us, and then we'll keep the car, of course, but she'll get to drive every day.
Okay.
Every morning to school. That route, I want her to be focused on that.
Yeah.
And be cool on that route. Then we can worry about venturing out beyond that.
Okay. Nice.
So, yeah, man.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
It is. What's great to be able to do things for your children that your parents may have wanted to do, but it just didn't have the means.
Absolutely.
So that for me is like another little small thing. Small things make up my life. And this is one of those things that make me.
It makes it worth it, right?
Yeah, man.
It makes it worth it.
It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah. How was your Thanksgiving?
Man, we got busy.
Or your Indigenous People Day?
Yes, my Indigenous People Day was. It was great, man. I did my customary turkey on the grill.
I saw that.
I made some gumbo. Yeah, I was up to 2:30 in the morning making that gumbo, and I marinated my bird the day before. I seasoned her all, cleaned her, seasoned her all up, and then that morning.
You was not playing.
I was not playing. That thing was gone.
You was showing off.
It lasted 2 days.
Wow.
Hear me. Thanksgiving, then by the end of Friday, it was over.
Listen,
I was like, damn.
I did all the cooking this year. I did my turkey as well. And I have to say, my turkey was really the bomb. It was juicy.
We need juicy turkeys.
It was very, very juicy. Because I'm not a turkey person.
Oh, really? Like
I'm
eating
really
or
not.
cooking?
No, eating.
Eating,
Like, I'll
okay.
eat a turkey hoagie. I'll eat turkey wings. But, like, a whole turkey, like, I'm not. But this turkey was really, really good. So, yeah.
So what's your secret?
Well, wait a minute.
It wouldn't be a secret
Now,
if
you
you
didn't
told
tell me. Exactly.
Well, you didn't ask
But I
me.
use a lot of natural herbs, and I blend it down.
Okay.
And like base it inside the turkey and you know just massage those herbs in. Just massage it in.
All right then.
Yeah.
You just fill the bird on up the whole time, huh? All right.
That's why
Gobble.
it came out so good and juicy.
Gobble.
Happy birthday to Corey, aka the Thinker Wilkerson. Happy birthday to you, man.
What up, homie? Happy birthday.
Yes, I hope you had a good day. I know it's not over, but just want to shout out you and tell you how much we love and appreciate you here and being a part of our Rebirth family.
He always come through when you need him.
He does. So happy birthday to you. Shout out to Safransi. Shout out to Priscilla. What's up, y'all? What up, Jen?
How did
Thank
Corey
you
get
guys
the
for
name The
tuning in.
Thinker?
Because
we know he does it, but who said we're gonna coin him now?
Hey, Corey,
The
go
Thinker.
ahead and tell him who gave you that name. Put it in the chat. We know why you have the name. Tell them who gave you the name. I'm about to come out this jacket. I'm like burning up. I don't know what's happening right now.
Dang, you got the window open, the Hawk blowing through
I
here, the
know.
curtains moving.
It's crazy.
And you still hot?
I'm still hot.
You got that double goose on. You got the turkey feathers in that one. That ain't no goose from turkey feathers.
So we have an awesome show. We have a flashback tonight. We're going to be, reminiscing. What up, Corey Van?
What up,
How
Corey
you
Van?
doing? Did he come to town yet?
Nah, it's something he wasn't able to make it.
Oh,
but when he comes to
man.
town,
Okay.
I'm gonna find a way to get him up here.
Okay. All right. Listening from London. Oh, man. All right, Safansi. Thank you for
okay.
tuning in.
All right.
Yeah, she's tuning in from London.
I was listening from New London Road a little earlier, right over here by the towers.
So we're gonna take a walk through 2023. That's crazy. I had to think about that. Through 2023 and, some of the guests that were on here, some of our hosts, some of our moments.
Yes.
But before we get into that, did you have a right here, right now?
Yeah, I
or
do.
anything?
Actually,
Okay.
I do. So, I wish I could get my music back, but I ain't gonna trip on that. My little introduction. We talked about this time last year as we were going. Wrong one. Let's go with it.
You know what?
Let that play. Because it's kind of appropriate for this story right here. All right, y'all. Right here, right now. Listen. So a black mother out in Sacramento, California, she was pulled over with her 8-year-old son at gunpoint.
Here we go.
Mistaking a child for a teen wanted for 2 felonies, Shanice Stewart, who is 9 months pregnant, says she was driving her son Brandon to football practice around 5 p.m. when police officers pulled them over, with more officers later surrounding the car and a helicopter hovering over in the sky.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Shortly after police realized that they had the wrong person and they ended the ordeal, they told Stewart they had made a mistake. The officers thought the 3rd grader may have been a juvenile suspect wanted for a pair of felony warrants, including one for gun possession. According to a statement from the Sacramento Police Department, Stewart was shocked. You guys wasted taxpayer dollars, I don't know why she's worried about that, using a chopper and multiple officers to close the freeway down for me and my 8-year-old son.
Wow.
This is why I say, so this is the great thing about this is nothing happened to them. I mean, the
Yes,
trauma that
thank
he's
God.
now suffered by having guns pointed at him at 8,
Right,
that's a whole nother
right,
thing.
right.
But they are alive, and I appreciate, because most of us, I was just talking about this with one of my homeboys the other day, and we were talking about how when we get pulled over by the police, we are so hostile off the top.
Right.
We like, what are you pulling me over? Like, we're snapping before they get up there, and we damn near got our window down. And I think we, as black folk, black and brown people, we have to do a better job of allowing the situation to play out. Let them say why they stopped you. Give them your information. Go on about your business. Like, all of the hostility. And you know what? The worst thing you can do is have a black person who know they right, Man, listen, they gonna really clown.
Yeah.
Don't let them know they not in the wrong. So which is what this parent was not in the wrong at all. And I'm glad she handled herself accordingly with the son in the cross. So let this be a lesson to all of us. Like us black men with all this bravado that we carry ourselves with, we feel like just because the cops pulling us over, in that moment, just let it play, man. Like, do you really want to have a mural set up on the side of a I-95?
Because it's not going to go right. It's not going to go well.
You're not going to win. And if you feel disrespected or wrong, sue. This is how change comes about. When you start dipping in the police department's pockets and they have to settle these lawsuits, cops get fired. Pensions, well, they ain't gonna take the pension, but cops will go away. That particular cop. So let's just be cool, man, when we have to deal with the cops, because we know there's no benefit of the doubt for us.
Yeah, for sure.
Let it play out, man. So shout out to that mom, and I'm glad
Thank
they're
God
safe,
they're
and hopefully
okay.
little man can get some therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My goodness.
So yeah, that's my right here, right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's
you got
go.
a Black History?
No, no, not tonight.
Night tonight?
Not
Okay.
tonight.
All right.
I hit y'all with some y'all never
You've
heard
done
of
a
in
great
the top of the year.
job all year bringing us Black history moments and things that we've, different Black history that we didn't even know about, right?
That's right.
So you did a really good job about that.
My inner Tom Joyner.
Yeah.
Little known Black history facts out here.
So tonight is our last show for the season, y'all. We are taking some time off to regroup. Matter of fact, I might as well just use I don't use these words underneath rebirth that much, but there are 3 words underneath rebirth: renew, rebuild, and restore. Right? Renew, rebuild, and restore. And we're going to take some time off to do some, we're going to renew, rebuild, and restore some shows ourselves, our topics. And we have so much to be grateful for in 2023. We have done a lot. And tonight we're just going to take some time and kind of reflect on some of the things that we've accomplished. And then we're going to talk to you about what is going to be coming in 2024. So I'm very excited about that. Corey says, what about T.I. putting hands on his son?
If it's King, and I don't know this story, well, if it's King, it probably he needed to have hands put on him.
He was running his mouth. Did you see the video, Corey? It was it was
How did
crazy.
he get on video?
He was on his phone on Instagram Live, right?
Who, T.I. was?
No, King was.
Okay.
Yeah, and I guess he decided he wanted to start talking back to his parents while he was on Instagram Live. So then his mom took the phone and she got in the phone and she was saying, because he was saying that he was being raised, he wasn't raised with a silver spoon in his mouth.
Boy.
Oh, he said no, she said that, but King said he wasn't. He said his experience was different. And somehow and this was all at a Falcons game.
Oh, was that a game?
Yeah. And then he just started going off on his dad. And the rest is history. I don't know.
I think this has been long overdue because we
Yeah.
watched him on the TV show. You saw him going left even back then.
Yeah.
Wow. I gotta find this. Listen, I'm a
Corey
fan of ass
Van said, I
whippings.
thought it was Draymond.
Oh, he choked them out.
Oh, wow.
I gotta find this. That's what we should be putting up there.
Yeah. We might be able to get it. He pushed his mom, too.
Oh, yeah, he needs his ass
Yeah,
whooped.
Jen said he pushed his mom, too. Yeah, that's great. That's just disrespectful.
That's too much.
I don't care if he was right. Let's say he was right. Right?
Who, King?
King.
Okay.
Yeah. You still, at the end of the day, those are your parents.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Where's the respect, man? You are not on the same level.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that, that's the part that was just disrespectful.
I mean, where is the respect nowadays with most kids? I think we're lucky. And when I say we, I'm just talking about you and I right now. And I'm sure a lot of parents out there, but just not to have to deal with that kind of madness.
Yeah.
Like, where is the respect? And why are you... Dude, did you see what Michael Irvin said about his son?
No.
So Michael Irvin, former Dallas Cowboy legend, Hall of Famer.
I know who Michael Irvin
I just want to be clear.
You just wanted to say something about Dallas.
No, I didn't. I mean, we won 2 Thanksgiving.
It's okay.
We played-
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Congratulations to y'all.
Yes,
lucky
thank you.
again last
but
night.
see, that's where you throwing
Y'all
the
lucky
shade
as
at. You
a
couldn't
mo-
just
y'all
say
just lucky though.
congratulations.
Congratulations. Y'all lucky though. Let's just keep it 100. Y'all are squeaking
How
by
about
every
we
week
blessed
on.
and highly favored?
We're
Why
not
we
going to
got-
apply that to no football game. We're not doing that. Delete alerts out of this.
Hence the green. I have one tonight.
That's why your ass is hot and cold at the same time. But listen, so Michael Irvin, who you know, his son grew up in a gated community, private school his whole life. Now he is a rapper talking all this gangster-ish. And Michael Irvin was like, son, like he posted, or the son was live or something. I think Michael Irvin, he put in the feed, or he was talking about it on TV. Like, boy, you grew up in a gated community. You went to a private school. That is not your life. Like, so these kids like him and King, why do we want to perpetuate something that we're not? That's not your life. You didn't have to live that way. Why do you want to perpetuate that? That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
As hard as I work
Yeah.
to make sure you don't have to live that way.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Corey Vance said word on the street is that they spent most of their time at grandparents until it was time to film the show.
Probably because they was probably gonna get their ass busted. And grandma, you go to your grandparents' house, you can kind of do whatever you want to do. I don't doubt
and
that
I'm
part.
sure grandma was taken care of, so it wasn't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I still think the respect is important.
Yana says, hey, y'all. Hey, Bunzai.
Hey,
it's
Yana.
social media. Shaking my head. I agree.
Yep, for sure.
Wow.
Why is being hood such a badge of honor? Yeah, I don't know. I guess people think that gives you some type of clout, you know? I don't know what it is, but a lot of rappers that's out there rapping have not experienced the things that they are rapping about. So
None of that.
Yeah. All right, guys. So we're gonna get into our last show of the season, y'all. It is our last show. So we're gonna take a look back of how 2023 has been treating us.
I mean, I think to some degree, women, we cultivate this list. We put this list together based upon maybe what we lacked growing up. And a lot of times, people, period, they look for, again, what they didn't have growing up to be made up in their relationship. And I think a lot of times that's where we go wrong. Because, we say,
I told you I wasn't watching football this year.
Why?
Well, it's a long story, but actually I'm just sick of the heartbreak and watching every year, so I wanted to give myself an emotional year off. Can I be great? And I'm glad I did in light of what I heard last night.
Okay.
Don't get happy because y'all won. Y'all beat the damn Lions.
I was just
Knock it off.
asking. Why are you hating?
You're trying to be funny.
I was not. All I said was, y'all lost last night. That's all.
You know I'm a Cowboys fan and I'm sensitive about my shit.
Okay.
So now there you go. You're picking at it.
Right? Yeah. Branding is the ability to create an identity for your company that exists outside of your immediate objective, which is to make money. Right? So, okay, now marketing is about how you're going to make the money, right? But branding is about how you're going to actually engage people to something that they feel is worth believing in.
All right. So listen, who you saw in the video, you saw
Nelly
one
B.
of our family members here, Miss Nelly B, was in the building, and she was talking about why do we have a list, right? So, and we've done that topic a couple times on the Rebirth. We had two ladies that actually came on years ago before we came to Philly Jams. We were at the Hollis Live.
Who are both unfriended me over the years.
Oh, wow. Well, one of them done found her man. I don't know if the other one did, but yeah. And
I think I offended one of them.
He was not tall, dark, and handsome either. So, but anyway.
So let me ask you a question: is the list relevant? Is it necessary?
I think so. No,
list
I don't
meaning
believe,
what you're looking for in a mate, y'all. That's what I'm asking right now.
Yeah,
is the list relevant?
So I think we need to kind of move from thinking of it as a list and more so, looking at what your boundaries are, looking at what's important in a relationship for you.
Right.
Because when we're making a list, you're just putting down a bunch of stuff that probably don't even matter. But what is it that's really important to you? to see in the relationship. If he's not tall, dark, and handsome, if he doesn't have 6 figures, what is important?
Right.
What traits? What's important for you to see? Right? So I think we get blinded by the list because you can have everything on that list, but if that person is not loyal, if that person doesn't have integrity, if that person, are those things on your list?
Yeah. If that person's been abused as a kid, or if he has a crappy relationship with his mother, or does your list trump those things right there?
Right.
Yeah, Corey Vance says no, especially if you can't live up to your own list. And I think that was part of what happened with me and the lady, one of the young ladies.
Yeah.
I was like, we were asking for in other people, but we are not. And is that fair to do so? I mean, you can do it, you can request that, but is that fair?
Right.
You know what I mean? You want me to be this, and that, no kids, 6'1", with abs, and you 5'2", 180.
Right.
With 2 kids. How can you ask that of me and you're not that?
Yeah. And I agree with that. I think that whatever it is that you're putting on your list, you should be able to reciprocate that.
Somewhat.
Otherwise, why are you, what are we doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, so I don't agree with that. But that was a fun conversation.
I go more deal breakers than a list. There's certain things I can't have.
What's your deal breaker? What's one of your deal breakers?
Deal breakers are, I need you to be just a kind person. I need kindness in my life. I still need you to be cute. But that's that's a deal breaker. You got to be cute. I got to be attracted to you physically. But I need you to be kind, have a good heart.
Oh boy.
I'll skip that part. But yeah, I just at this point in my life, because I feel like because people are questioning me because I keep saying that. Yeah, but it's still going to be big.
It might be a little dragging a little bit.
It might, but it's still a lot of booty back there. But I wasn't going to say that. See, you said it. But I need you to be a kind person and a good mother. If you can be those things, and we can work with everything else, I feel like.
Yeah.
If you're kind because if you're kind and you're a good mom, I think those things will lend itself to you being loyal because you don't want to, because that will interfere with the other things that you are.
Right.
So I don't have to ask for loyalty if you are those things because you're going to automatically treat me accordingly.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So those are your deal breakers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I like a woman who can cook too.
Okay.
She cook a little bit. You know what I mean? You gotta cook every day, but every other day.
But you can cook though, right?
I can cook, but I work a lot.
Okay. All right.
Trina Henry Patrick. Hey Trina. She says, children, do not believe in discipline? Or no, it says children, i.e., do you believe in discipline and how? Oh, yes, I do believe in discipline.
How do you discipline?
Well, I think I discipline early. If need be. That way I don't have to try to whoop you at 12 or 13 when we damn near the same size.
Right.
I'm not the biggest dude. So I believe in my mother. I'm just saying these kids be strong now. They start getting musty around 10, so you know they're going to be strong. And these little kids' armpits be fire about 8, 9.
Oh my God.
So they're going to be physically strong about 12, 13. And I got to pull a gun on you.
So silly.
But my point is, you whoop a little ass early. My mama said when you can understand the word no, and I know you understand what no means, and you still do it, then you're going to get tapped. And then we would tap accordingly until you decide to listen to what I say consistently.
Said tap accordingly.
Tap accordingly,
Okay.
yeah. So
All right.
I do believe in. You believe in ass whoopings?
So how do... I'm not going to answer that question.
You know what? That don't mean you've been abusive. You can whoop ass, open hand, Shay. We're not talking about extension cords or switches like we got. Or like I got. I don't know what you got.
No. So it really, Trina, what age are we talking about as well? So I think, younger kids and all of that, they have this gentle parenting movement now. A couple people I know is trying it and they're like, this is just not working.
So what's an example of that?
So
how does gentle parenting
I don't
look?
know. I didn't use gentle parenting, but this is something new that
that's
people
how
are
you
using.
gently raise
Gentle parenting.
school shooters.
So
You gently raise the school shooters. And shit like
Jesus.
that.
Okay.
I'm saying you gotta whoop that ass
Okay.
when they're young.
Yeah. So what is the cutoff age?
When you start listening to what I say, And the cutoff age is when you understand that if you do A, B, and C, the reaction with D could possibly be an ass whooping. And that's enough. But I'm going to cover you in love in the between. Even after I whoop your ass, I'm going to still cover you with love. Okay. But you got to do what I say until you up out of here.
Okay.
That's it. That's non-negotiable. These are the rules. I need you to follow them.
Respect.
Or one of us can't live here. And it ain't going to be me because I'm paying the bills. So, I mean, that sounds like a hard stance, a manly stance. But, sometimes older children, you might have to yoke them.
Corey Van said, I never had to, I think he's trying to say beat either of my kids because their mama did it. But they understood the look and no electronics. I know that's right. Yeah.
So is that an example of gentle parenting, the no electronics, take the cell phone, take the video games? Could that be?
What one of my patients was trying to describe to me was, matter of fact, let's just Google it. It's like positive reinforcement, giving options, is what she was describing. But let's see what Google says. It says parenting approach that encourages a partnership between you and your children to make choices based on an internal willingness instead of external pressures.
A partnership. That right there ruined. That kills me right there. There's no partnership here when I'm taking care of you. This is a dictatorship. I dictate how you live and you do what I say. That's it. There's no negotiation. You don't pay for nothing around here. Why do you get a say? Why do you get a say?
So you don't feel that we should respect children, show children respect as well because they're humans?
I respect you by taking care of you. That's the respect and loving you.
Okay.
That's my form of respect for you because I love you and I'm gonna do whatever I have to do to make sure you are in a great place. So that's my respect for you.
So it says the ideal behind gentle parenting is to approach kids with respect and empathy, to offer choices rather than make demands, to give space to the child's feelings and emotions and avoid losing your cool in frustrating situation. It's not hard to see why it's become so popular.
So what happens when I say, hey son, take out the trash? I don't feel like it today. I'm not gonna make a choice to take out the trash. So now what do we do here? We're at a standstill. Now what happens? I take your Game Boy?
So I think, according to this, it talks about empathy, right? So is that you're not feeling, I'm just playing around here. You're not feeling well. Tell me what's going on. How are you feeling? What's happening with you?
That's verbiage I use at work with other people's kids.
But you don't use it with your own kids.
No, I can, but I still need you to do what I say. Do what I say, then we can come back and talk about how you feel. Like you not doing what I asked you to do, I have an issue with that.
Okay.
And look, and my own child said, I don't think physical discipline is necessary. I never got a lot of beatings, so I kind of agree with gentle parenting, laugh aloud. But then again, I don't have kids with the laughing emoji. You don't have kids, E, but when you do, it may be necessary. I'm not saying whoop a kid for everything they do.
Yeah. So I'm on the fence with that because I know, and you know, like you said, you talk to your clients like that,
yes.
Right? But we both have heard teenagers, kids say, my mom talks, or my mom or dad talks at me. They talk at me. They don't listen to what I have to say or how I feel, whatever. So although that child may be saying, when you say, take out the trash, and they're saying, I don't feel like taking it out right now, right? You're hearing, you're not going to tell me what to do. I'm not going to do what you say. But
absolutely.
You're not hearing, right, but you're not hearing the child saying, I don't feel like taking it out right now. So wait a minute, let's investigate what that is first before we jump, because maybe that child is going through something in that moment and they're not saying, I don't want to take it out. I just don't feel like taking it out right now, right? So your client, you're going to explore that and find out what's going on.
Absolutely,
But
I will.
Why you can't explore that with your own child?
I will after you take the trash out. I'm open to hear. Listen, my kids know, and my daughter's on here. I do care about how you feel, and I'm a big proponent of listening to you, and you have an opportunity to express yourself to me, and they know I don't have an issue with that. However, take the trash out, then we can come and sit down and talk about how you feel. Like, I don't have an issue with that because I want to resolve it. I want to help you. I'm your father, but you still got to do what the hell I say when I say do it.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
All right. So Deep Thought. Shout out to Deep Thought. Deep Thought says no one cares what they going through. Take that damn trash out. Now that's the way we were raised. At least that's my boy from Turl. Now that's the way we were raised. Yeah.
You do it. There's no back talk.
Yeah,
you just do it.
And it's the same thing, right? So again, I think it depends on your child. Right. But some people you can't handle that way because they are going through some emotional stuff that's happening, But that's just a conversation, y'all. We was just kind of like playing around and trying to answer who was that, Trina's question in regards to discipline. So I think that you have to discipline age appropriate. That's important. Sometimes kids don't really, I know that electronics is big, but you have a lot of kids that don't care that their phones are taken. It don't even bother them. And then you have some feel like the world is coming to an end. So it really depends on the child.
And that puts parents in difficult situations too. Like, I'm okay with, again, I'm an advocate of talking to our children and learning how they feel. Because I want to help you work your way through that. So when you're an adult, you can regulate your own emotions. You know how to, even then, have a conversation with somebody. We're going to always need somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
So, but also, this lends itself to when you get a job and your supervisor says, hey, I need you to do A, B, and C, and D. Well, I don't feel like it today because I'm not feeling good.
Yeah.
Now, so how does it, to me, this goes farther than just you taking out the trash when I tell you to. These are things you're going to need later in life. You're going to need to be able to listen, and you're going to need to be able to do things to support yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. You can always acknowledge. I always say acknowledge the feelings, right?
Right.
I'm sorry that you're not feeling well, but when you go ahead and take that trash out, when you come back, we can have a conversation about what's going on. I'm acknowledging that you're saying you're not feeling well or something's going on, and I'm leaving that door open where we can have a conversation, but I'm still asking you to still do something for me without making it feel like I'm dictating it or I'm demanding you to do something. You know what I'm saying? So maybe a mixture of it.
Okay.
Because sometimes I feel as adults that we tell, and we can talk about teenagers, right? We can tell them to do something, and they'll say, okay, I'll get it, Mom, or I'll do it. But because they're not doing it when we want them to do it, like right now, is it more about them doing it, or is it more about them doing it because we said do it right now? You know what I'm saying? Where does that in between come, where it's just like a level of like, okay, you're respecting what I'm asking you to do, but am I more stuck on that I want you to do it in this moment right now, or that you're going to do it?
I think I'm stuck in there. Like, okay. I don't know. For me, I don't know. I feel like I go hard for my kids. So, and when you need something, or you need me to, something that I need to purchase, something that you need, when you need that hug, and you need me to tell you, the things that I do outside of just the monetary things. So the least you can do is be respectful and do what I ask you to do. Again, I'm open to hearing about how you feel. But in this moment, take care of that, because when you need new Sperry's for that damn school you go to that costs $100 a pair,
right?
I don't. Well, you know what? I don't know if I feel like spending $100.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Now. I don't know if I feel like spending it right now.
Yeah. So
let's get to some of these comments.
Yes.
We got a lot of people chiming in. Jen says, "Is gentle parenting setting an opening for disrespect?" That's good.
I feel like it is.
Deep Thought, spare the rod,
spoil the child. Right there, whoop a little ass.
Corey says, my son took karate, so I treaded lightly. That's funny.
Look, he paid for that. Now he got to possibly get his ass whooped from his son.
Ada, shout out to Ada. Ada says,
"What up, Rose?"
wait a minute, hold on. Let me back up here. Gentle parenting isn't always attached to task. What up, Tim? Tim says, main reason I did not have kids because I would whoop ass like my mom whooped ass. Extension cord, Lord,
Wooden
switch,
fork.
backhand. Did you have to go out and pick your own switch, Tim?
Tim Slade, old school. He was raised by a woman born in the 50s.
Did you have to go pick your own switch? Because, that's the question. Ada says, it's pouring into your kids' emotions when they are dysregulated. What's up, Sharon? I think
agree.
at times it's also ego. Yes.
Ego for whom?
Put it in the chat, Sharon. He said ego
but
for
then
whom?
she gives kudos, Eli. You do all right by them children. We gonna keep you. You better.
Corey says there is a balance. We have to also understand the way we were raised wasn't always correct either. Wait a minute. The comments are coming in. Hold on. A lot of us have PTSD from some of the ways we were raised. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
I don't disagree with that.
So
That part.
Did y'all see that grandma beat the kids when she was laughing during prayer? No.
I heard
didn't
about
see
it.
that.
I don't know if you sent it to me, but I couldn't play it.
Wow.
I don't
Tim
know.
said he did have to go get his own switch. Oh, wow. All right, y'all.
So do you think that's just
Wow.
I know we got more clips to get into, but you have to see that video of the little kid. Now, you with your this was a grandma, not like a 45-year-old grandma of today. This was a grandma. So then, old black folk, they take white Jesus serious, and they was in the prayer circle, and he was laughing during the prayer, and he got that ass tap. I mean, what you want, little fella?
Oh my God.
I'm just
That's
saying.
funny.
All right.
All right, so we're gonna go to the next couple of clips. We're reflecting on 2023. Yeah, we're gonna check out the next 3 clips.
Just getting your homework done, being in the house at a certain time that's not even close. This is the time where you don't have any bills to pay. People are giving you money. When the last time people don't give me money? If I go to college right now, nobody's giving me $100 for A.
Honestly, at 18, you think you know everything, and I wish I would have retained a lot more in terms of what older people, shared with me when I was 18. I'd probably be better off now than I am.
Pretty damn good though.
Yeah. Got there a little faster though.
I feel you. What about you, B?
Because I already know as a mother, it just was going to tear me to pieces, as all the other ones have. Yeah. But we're here again, and like you said, this one is hitting even harder because of who the abusers were.
Yeah.
Not abusers, but killers. So, Meshach, shed some light on this. All right. So, that was a little flashback of some of the things we were covering this year.
If you're just tuning in, we're just doing a recap for the year. This is our last show for the year, so we're just playing back some of our favorite clips and some of our conversations. So hang in there with us.
So it looked like you had some more messages for the kids, Eli. You were speaking to the kids in 2023. Yeah, well, listen. Yeah, you was just talking about college and, how things were different, how the kids got it, better than what we had growing up.
Absolutely.
And, those things.
And I think that's our goal as parents, to make things a little better for them. And I think what happens when we make things better for our kids and we had it makes it easier.
Yeah.
And I think that's where entitlement comes into play. And that's something we have to be careful with. Of course, we want to give our kids better than what we had. But I think there's a fine line right there, and we have to definitely be careful. We have to definitely be careful in how we, do that for our kids or make things a little easier for our kids.
Yeah, for sure. Do you feel that today's kids have a sense of entitlement?
Absolutely. You don't? Just think about the kids we work with.
For sure. Yeah.
Like, man, I never seen a group of people so entitled in my life.
So where is that coming from? Where is that being birthed from?
I think a lot of us, we, in the midst of trying to give our kids what we didn't have, I think a lot of people associate that with material things. You know what I mean? Like, not like your life is easier. You're not going to come home and your lights are not cut off. That's to me is a difference in my life and my children's lives. Not that I may only get one pair of new sneakers and that's got to take me through the whole school year.
Right.
Kids nowadays, I work at a pre-K program. These kids are coming in Jordan from head to feet.
Yeah.
At 3 to 5.
Yeah.
They got polo on. I wear Walmart clothes because my mom was like, well, you're going to outgrow them. What's the point in paying $40 for a polo shirt for somebody who's one year old?
Yeah.
So when kids are raised that way, they're going to always expect the best of these things. They're never going to feel like they have to earn. This is where the entitlement comes from. Well, I've been wearing polo since I was in kindergarten. And now all of a sudden, the money might be funny in the house and you can't do that. So now there's a problem because I can't get the newest Air Jordans or I can't get the newest polo sweatsuit. So I think there's an air of entitlement, and that's why we have to be careful when giving our children what we didn't have.
Yeah. How much is too much, right? Because I think a lot of times as parents, we do try to, like you said, we try to make up for what we went through, what we didn't have, and then it backfires. And you're wondering, what is this little monster walking around the house that you created? You know. Ada says, all kids in Arkansas wore Walmart clothes. You up north now.
I'm going to refrain. If I said what I was thinking in my head, they will ask us to shut the show down right now, Ada, so I'm not. But here's I think the biggest offenders of this whole thing about overdoing it for our kids are single parents. Because I find that people, when there's a parent missing, we try to make up for that with items sometimes. Not with surrounding that kid with a person who can take the place of that person. Not meaning another man or a woman, but a mentor, an uncle. Like, I think we try to make up for those things with personal items, material items. And these monsters, this is how they're created. We want to overdo it because you don't have your dad or you don't have your mom. So I want to buy you all this shit to kind of make you feel better. That creates entitlement. And yes, I probably wore my Walmart clothes. Thank you. But eyes fly now.
Yeah. I think, too, not even just giving things, but also not setting boundaries. I think that, especially if there's a missing parent, rather the parent is missing due to death or missing or just they just left. They just not there. Like you said, giving them things that they to make up for that parent missing. But I think also not setting boundaries and not helping, not guiding with good decisions, just allowing them to kind of just wild out in a sense because you trying to make up for that parent not being there, and you're always bailing them out. You know what I'm saying? That is something that I think that happens as well. Yeah. And, before you know it, it's just like, what have you created? Yeah, I think, and I see the little kids now that I work with. I think the parents are more concerned in what they're putting on their backs and what they're putting in their heads. They're not teaching young kids that they sneeze and or cough. They don't even know what to cover their mouth. Like, these are like little kid. These things you learn when you were a little kid. Yeah, you sneeze or cough, cover your mouth. Right in your face. You talking to them and they just sneezing you in your shit. You be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But it's just the basics that kids, thank you. Right. You give them something. Do something for them. Yeah. Thank you. We're not asking for nothing hard. You ever had a 4-year-old with a cold sneeze in your face? It feels like your world is ending. It's like it comes in slow motion. Damn right. You can see all the particles coming in slow motion, but they're so close to you, you can't move. And they get you all up in here. We got some comments. You want to read them? Yeah. Let's see. Sharon says, do you think it's subconsciously done by the single parent, meaning buying them things or trying to fill the void of the absent parent? Absolutely. I think there's a certain amount of guilt that comes with
not making that situation possibly work, and now you feel like your kid is missing something. So what's the easiest way to surround them with, with some love that you think something that will make them happy is things. Things make kids happy. Temporarily, at least.
Yeah.
Ada says, seriously, I do think that kids and parents are hyper-focused on appearance rather than kids' education, mental health, and well-being. Now, I agree with you, Rose. She is absolutely correct. Especially maybe in all communities, but I know about my people, so I can't speak for everybody.
Yeah.
Especially in our community. We are so focused on bullshit.
You know what I would like to see, and we're going to do this. This is something that I definitely want to implement in 2024 at one of our Rebirth Lives, and that's us talking about financial trauma. We had Real Urban on the show this year, and these ladies, they're out there in the community, and they're teaching and they're educating kids, young kids, about money, finances, and financial literacy is definitely something I know I didn't get growing up. I know a lot of us didn't get in our community growing up. And this is why we have the relationship that we have with money. And if you think about it, a lot of the relationships in our community that we have with money is traumatic. It's connected to trauma. I think that is a big piece that's also missing. You know, when we want to help them and we want to teach them and stuff, I know people ain't writing checks anymore and all of that, but somebody still might be taking checks somewhere, right? So teach them about how to balance, teach them, about stocks, teach them about IRAs and, all of those things, because they're going to need that.
Right.
Teach them about how important their credit is. Stop using your kids' credit. You know what I'm saying? Stop putting bills in your 11-year-old's name. Right. Because now you messing it up, and that's that generational stuff. It just continues, right? So I think that's a big piece as well.
I think our parents, they taught us what they knew. And what they didn't know, they didn't have the capacity to give it to us. Like my big speech about, here's my big speech about financial literacy as a kid or as a teenager or in college. Keep your credit right. And that was the end of the conversation. Like, what the hell does that mean to a 16, 17, 18-year-old?
Yeah.
Especially when you got Discover coming on campus giving away credit cards like water.
Right.
You get one, you get one, you get one.
Yep.
You give an 18-year-old a credit card with a $10,000 limit. What you think you finna do?
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah, it's crazy.
They need to teach it. I agree, Ada. They need to teach it in schools, because these are the things that they are going to be able to use in real life. I think some of the things that are still being taught in school, I think that needs to be reevaluated. It's outdated.
Yeah.
Because what are they doing? What are they using it for?
That's a good question.
So, yeah, I have a lot of thoughts on that. All right, we're going to go to our next 3 clips. Yeah.
America's culture is built on violence. The truth is the truth. We're going to keep it real, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's built on violence. It's been maintained through violence. Every time there's been a threat to the infrastructure, there's been violence.
Right.
All the way up until January 6th.
Right.
When they lost the election, there was violence.
Right. We gotta be strong
with a K.
Strong.
I did that every day.
So I told you I wasn't gonna make fun of the afflicted, but I also, that was a good question though. Because I was on a walker 6 weeks ago, so I don't make fun of people anymore. I decided that's when it ended for me.
That was a good question.
Yeah, why is there Braille on the drive-thru?
Yeah. Yeah, good question.
All right, moving on.
I used to say, why did it take me so long to feel like this?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
Why couldn't I have had that in my 20s or in my 30s? But I also realized that I had to go through those things in order to be like this, where I'm at now.
You're right, exactly.
Right?
I tell people I'm scared that if you're the same person at 50 as you were at 20, I'm scared for you.
Right.
I am extremely scared for you. That means you haven't grown at all.
Yeah. I had to grow through those things in order to be like this.
Talk about it.
And I still stand on that. So that that clip, I enjoyed that show because that gentleman has such a amazing story. He had went through so much. I think within those 3 years or 2 years, he had battled cancer 3 times. And he's still here. He's still here, and he's doing the work. He's out there. He's motivating. And I really enjoyed that show. But it brings me to how we go through certain things in our lives. We have these moments, these challenging moments that come. And I've learned a long time ago to stop asking why me. Because I said, I have the audacity to ask, why me? Why not me? Are you listening to me? Are you staring at the
I just got caught up with my man. I was drinking the water.
What's happening right now?
And then I noticed my man from the gospel keynotes. His eyes are cocked like a pistol in this picture right here.
Okay, I need you to focus.
It just caught me off.
I need you to focus. I'm having a deep moment right here, and you over there.
This is how you in the picture. Siobhan Bar.
Okay.
They're looking like a young Sammy Davis Jr.
Wow.
All right,
this is why we need a break, y'all, because Eli has to regroup. We got to refocus. But
I was focused, but that caught me off guard as I was drinking.
But as I was saying, sometimes we go through these things and we ask that question, why me? Why am I going through these things? But I challenge you to ask yourself, why not you? And if not you, who would you give it to carry? Right? And for me, I truly believe that everything that you go through, you're designed to carry it.
Absolutely.
Right? The stuff that I carry, the things that I'm going through, I might give it to you and you may not be able to carry it. Or what you're going through, you can give it to me and I may not be able to carry it. Right? So whenever you are challenged with that, why not you? And if not you, who in your circle would you give it to carry? Because everybody's not built to carry your load, right? And some of the things that we are challenged with, that we are going through, it is for the betterment of us. We have to grow in those moments. If we're not challenged with things, then we stay the same.
Absolutely.
Right? And that's not what we're here to do. We're supposed to be evolving.
Yep.
Evolving.
Agreed.
How do you deal with things when, is there like something that you say to yourself when you're being challenged or you're going through a tough time?
I just always go back to what my mother said, like, God's not going to give you more than you can handle. Mm-hmm. So I believe that. I don't believe God's going to give me anything that's going to break me. You know what I'm saying? He's going to challenge me. But I feel like, He's not going to give me something that's going to break me. So I stand on that right there. Like, there's nothing I think that can be presented to me that I can't overcome. I feel like I've overcome the death of my mother and my sister.
Yeah.
And I didn't lose it. So I feel confident that I'm going to be okay. I overcame poverty in a little southern town. Mm-hmm. So this is all easy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think once whatever you defined as your biggest hurt so far, I think once you've able to heal from that and you've overcome it, you don't ever forget it.
Right.
You don't ever forget losing a parent. You don't ever forget losing a child. You just learn to live alongside of it. Mm-hmm. Right? But when you're able to say that, yet and still, I'm still able to move forward, anything else that comes your way, it's just like, all right,
absolutely.
Cool, I got it.
The coolest thing God did for me when my mother died, a year later, 8 days after she passed, He gave me a daughter. And I remember this lady at my job telling me, because everybody knew how close I was and how I felt about my mom.
Yeah.
And she said, God is giving you this little girl to take the place of your mother. And I never even thought about it like that. But when she came, that's what she absolutely did.
Wow.
It gave me a whole nother purpose. Because my purpose at that time was to do what I had to do to make my mother proud. I always wanted to make her proud.
Yeah.
And let her see me being a good person. And then she gave me this daughter. God gave me this daughter to do the exact same thing that I was doing for my mom.
Yep.
So I was like, yeah, this is it's pretty dope. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
You want to read it?
Sharon says, I look for the lesson in whatever adversity is at my door. Now I couldn't always do that, but I've learned whatever is happening won't last forever. Amen to that.
Amen.
You are absolutely right.
Corey Vance says setbacks are setups for the comeback. All right. Here's one question that from the clip. Well, let me say two things. I admire one of the things I took from the interview with what was his name?
John? Was it John?
No,
Which
brother.
one?
That was just the last clip we just played.
Misha, you know I can't turn my head all the way around.
I know you jacked up. Anyway, so the one thing, when I say this, you're going to know his name. The one thing I took from that clip or from him being here was how he had worked this job for 20, 25 years and he jumped out there on faith to do something different. And, you know, in our era, in our age group, you were taught to, you graduate school, you'll get a job, you stay there for 30, 35 years, you retire, and you die. And he flipped the script in the middle of his life.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that took a lot of courage. Definitely. Tom.
Thank you, Jen.
Yes. So, but here's the most important question from those clips you played. And Meshach said some great stuff about the violence of this country, but we have not figured out the question from those three clips. The main question was, why is there a Braille at the drive-through ATM machine on the driver's side? Can somebody in the feed or Shay call in whatever I need to know why there is Braille at the drive-up
This is, again,
ATM machine?
This is why we have to take a break.
Is that not valid?
So he can regroup.
Am I crazy?
So he can renew, rebuild, and restore.
No blind man is driving up to the damn ATM machine. Why is there Braille?
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, while people are thinking of the answer, we're gonna move on to the next few clips.
I'm just saying.
He's feasting and going through the dirt and the scum of life, just like all of us.
Yeah.
Right,
Just like Shay just said,
Wow.
who she is
Wow.
today, who she is was with her. She just had to transition from Shay of old to the Shay of new. That's why we are new creatures.
Wow.
Old things, the Bible says, old things
Very
have passed
good.
away.
They'll figure it out.
you can go through the check-ins and don't come on now. The chick could be right there with him while he checking in, and all he gotta do is say be quiet, and she will be quiet until he checks in and get off the phone, and then he goes right back to whatever, right? So I don't think that is a way to police. My thing is, if you, like you said, you're a grown adult, if you can't own up to what you did and voluntarily do things that is going to make me feel secure, I'm not going to ask you to do that. I shouldn't have to ask you to do that, right?
Right.
But if you're not volunteering to say, hey, babe, I know I messed up and, listen, this, I want to be transparent moving forward and all of that. Okay. That's something that you choose to do. I'm not making you do it because I already know that don't work.
Right.
It don't work. But your question, to ask your question, is you said, well, why do we have to do it? Because you made a dumb behind decision in the first place. Financially or, status wise, that's where we're talking about the intimidation part comes into play. Because like you just said, you're raised to become providers and your careers, all of that means for men, that's how I'm successful, right?
Mm-hmm.
For women, it used to be us being able to have children and get married is what we would call successful. Wow. It's a lot. That was a lot. There was a lot going on.
You were snapping too.
Listen, I got to go to the clip with Michelle Washington because what she said was so profound in the description that she gave. She was talking about caterpillars. And she made reference to that what that caterpillar is to become, the wings is already in the caterpillar. The caterpillar transformed into a butterfly. And she was just basically saying that what that caterpillar was supposed to become, it was already in the caterpillar. Right?
Absolutely.
She said it so much smoother than what I'm doing right now.
You're chopping it up.
I'm chopping it up. But what I took from that is what I'm supposed to be doing, what you're supposed to be doing, what God has for us, it's already in us. We just have to know that it's there and just go out there and do what it is that we need to do. it's already in us. It's already there.
Agreed.
You know
and a
what
lot
I'm
of
saying?
times we get it. We're in our own way
Right.
about 95% of the time.
Right.
Because you say, like you said, it's there. We just have to realize it and then manifest it.
Yep.
So we are in our own way.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot.
For sure.
Are men intimidated by women who make more?
We was having this disagreement because you said you didn't feel. You said you don't know any guys that's like that.
Not in my immediate. I know
Right.
they exist.
Right.
But not in my immediate friendship group.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure, and I don't know why. I think it's a male ego. Also, and like I said, men feel it. Men feel needed through acts of service. Being able to take care of you, being able to pay bills. Most men being able to do certain things and making that woman feel secure. Well, if that woman's already secure and she can do all of those things, men don't equate, well, I don't need to do that. I still can be a valuable piece of her life without doing those things. But most men can't rationalize that.
Yeah.
They feel like if they don't have a role in, kind of, I ain't gonna say controlling the finances, but making sure that things flow within the finances.
Yeah.
Then they don't know their value. They don't know their worth outside of that.
Right.
I think sometimes.
Right. I think men, and I can't speak for a man because I'm not a man, but I know that. Can't stand you.
Old head told me, check the neck, young boy.
Corey Van says, shoot, I can use her money to provide for both of us.
You're damn right, Corey.
That's right, Corey. But I often hear you say how good it feels to be able to provide for your family.
Right. It
right.
does. It
to
feels
be able
great.
to, yeah. But that's also a feeling of being needed, right?
Which men want to feel needed.
Right.
Humans want to feel needed.
Right. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's the point I was making. You said which men want to feel needed, right? So when a man doesn't feel needed, okay, and it might not be anything that the woman is doing, but the woman she doesn't necessarily need him in that manner, financially wise. She has her own bag or she's taking care of her own self and she has been able to. And then you meet someone that needs to feel needed to define his manhood. That's where the intimidation piece is what I'm talking about comes into play. You know what I'm saying? Because that is something that we both agree on, that men want to feel needed. They providing is part of them feeling like a man.
Exactly.
Right? So if he's dating someone or married to someone that is, and I'm gonna say dating because I feel at this point where you're married to someone, it's your money and his money or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But when you're dating someone and that man doesn't feel that way, and she may not be doing anything to emasculate him or anything like that, then it's like there's a sense of intimidation, and that does happen, and it does exist. And I think you see it more now because you see a lot of women now in powerful positions and moving in positions that was once held, by men.
I think women talk about it more too, which also lends itself to men having that little bit of an insecurity. I mean, your insecurity is your insecurity to work out, but I think because it's talked about on podcasts, on TV shows,
right,
on these dating shows, he better show up and be making six figures because this is what I'm making.
The list.
Part of the list. I think that lends itself to subconsciously having men feeling away.
Right.
Or feeling inadequate in that way. Yeah. Corey says, I got married for love, but also I always wanted to be a provider. We need each other. Sharon says, some of the men feel intimidated to have issues that have not been dealt with. I think they are the ones that are most abusive. Are they abusive because they how we gonna make them abusive? But
well, maybe in her experience, yeah, maybe that was something that she sees, right? Because everybody has a different perspective and experience.
That's true. I respect that.
Like you said, you don't have anybody in your circle that are like that.
I'm thinking about my immediate friends. My one boy, he's a principal, but his wife was a superintendent. So there is a little flip flop there, but they both make great money.
Yeah, I was going to say he's a principal. He makes
I don't
money.
think he thinks about it like in that because their salaries aren't that far apart.
Right.
They're both six figures.
Right.
So they're both fine.
Okay.
But she does make more money than him.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, no, I didn't mean it that way, Sharon. She said, "Nah, ain't nobody beating me." No, I didn't mean it that way.
You told Harpo to beat me.
All right, we're gonna go to the next few clips before we hit to our Rebirth Live clips.
And I just wonder how, like, when you were just saying how you were planning everything for your son and how exhausted you were, like, how could your mate or your son's father or your mate have helped you through that? And I think when that has been lost, because I think a lot of parents do stuff with their kids that I guess it kind of makes the boundary evaporate. Like, if you're doing things that you would do with your friends now with your kids.
For so long that it's your normalcy, but others see that it's dysfunction. Yeah. You're looking at them like there's nothing wrong with my life. Yeah, what are you talking about? No. It's always been like this. This is how I always been. All right, welcome back to the Rebirth. This is our last show for 2023, and we're just taking a moment to just reflect on some of the topics and some of our guests and guest co-hosts that have graced the mic here at Rebirth Podcast. We truly appreciate everyone that has been a part of this movement. And I say it is a movement because we are definitely breaking barriers and you know, doing things in a community that is you know, causing people to come together and have these conversations. So I'm very excited about 2024, and I thank God for what he has done for us in 2023.
I was just reading Corey.
All right, what's the comments?
He said, I'm not feeling that green hat you had in a couple of those clips. He a Cowboys fan too, though.
Oh, these Cowboys, I tell you. Love you, Corey Van. All right, so so Corey Wilkerson, and we can go back to the other two clips. But Corey Wilkerson, on that episode, we were talking about dysfunction junction and how we normalize dysfunction in relationships, and not just our intimate relationships, but even in our friendships, even in our families.
I was about to say that.
You know, we don't really see how messed up and jacked up we are because it's our every day.
You're in it.
You're in it.
When you're in it, you can't see it.
Yeah.
Listen, I can look on Facebook and tell you how jacked up my family is sometimes. As many great things as I see, my niece Bree, she just graduated from the University of Memphis on Saturday. Kudos to her.
Congratulations.
Yes, Sabri Isabel, shout out to you, baby. But then you have family members arguing on social media. So it's just like one great thing and 5 terrible things.
Gotta have a balance.
Yeah, well, that mother upside down. We got to really balance it out then. But I mean, yeah, it's just I think when we're, like you say, when we're in the middle of the dysfunction, and this is a norm until you pull your weight self out of it. Like I try to stay out of the midst of all that be going on within my family, and I'm just looking like, wow, this is so crazy, and the fact that it's on Facebook sometimes is disturbing for me.
Yeah.
Like I don't like that part.
That shouldn't be.
Because families are gonna have issues, and we're not gonna always get along.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just don't like the family business out there.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with you on that.
Yeah.
But again, so question, what age is this? Are we talking?
Grown. Mom was gray hair.
Oh, really?
Peeking out.
Oh, wow. So
like
they don't have
talking about.
They don't have no social media.
I'm talking about 40 plus.
Oh, yeah, they know better.
Yeah, like it's just like I don't like that. I mean, it's a part of I love my family, and it's a part of it's a part of our dysfunction. Social media has become a part of it. Where before, it would.
Has anyone said, "Hey, don't do that"?
Oh yeah, I said.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Like like not that part.
Right.
And it doesn't,
Okay.
It's easy to do it when you on the phone or the computer to just say whatever.
Right.
And you don't worry about you're not thinking about the long-term consequences or how people are laughing at us. People are liking it. People are egging you on, but they're laughing at us.
Yeah.
And I don't like that part.
Yeah. So we had a conversation, and this was during the time I was coming off the cuffs of prom, senior prom, graduation, college, applying for scholarships, getting ready for college, sending them off. Like, I was so emotionally drained that I was just like, no one prepared me for this. No one told me that this is what it was going to look like, that I was going to be grieving my son leaving for college. Like, I really went through it. I was emotional. I was.
Cried a lot.
I did. So we were having this conversation on one of our shows, and your question was, how do you convey when you are emotionally, physically, and mentally drained to others? And I know you said your spouse or the other parent, so they can actually help. But, you know, I think, how do you convey that to others, to people that are in your circle that, you know, love and care for you? Because most of the time when somebody say, well, you know, is there anything you need, or how can I support you, or whatever like that, we'll say, oh, I'm okay. But we know that we're really not okay, right? Now, I'm going to tell you, in that moment, one of the things that I remember was saying, I was so drained, I didn't even feel like explaining what I needed help with. You know what I'm saying?
Drained.
Because sometimes you get so tired and worn out that it's going to take me extra energy just to explain to you what it is that I need, when by the time I finish doing that, I might as well just go ahead on and do it. Come on, I know some other people have felt that way. Do not leave me out here hanging like that. I know y'all have felt that way before. By the time I sit down and tell you what it is that I need done, I might as well go ahead and just go ahead and do it. Now, I'm not saying that should be handled that way.
Let me ask you this. Is that a product of you being single for a while and you used to just handling things?
So you know what? I don't want to say yes, because I feel that it's a product of people just expecting that I'm gonna figure it out. Sometimes you don't really realize how much you put on a certain person that appears to be able to have the answers or fix it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? There's always a go-to person that your family has.
Right.
There's always a go-to person. And I don't care what it is. Somebody could just be like, you know, yo, how do you change the oil and such and such? They gonna call me, right? So I think it's just the fact that feeling like, yo, I don't want to have to, like, what do I need? You know what I need. Like, you know, like, what's happening, what's going on. Why do you have to come to me and ask me to tell you what it is that you already know you need to do?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I feel. Corey Van said, please don't ask that question if you cannot truly help that person. Exactly.
That happens a lot.
Exactly.
I think it's a courtesy statement a lot of times. Mm-hmm. It's like asking somebody, hey, you want a piece of this sandwich? Mm-hmm. And you hoping they say no because I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I think it happens that way. I think people do it as a courtesy. Now, when I tell you that, I mean it.
Yeah.
Even though you say you got it all the time. But, you know, I'm sincere in my, you good, what you need me to do.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to utilize that in 2024.
Well, you got to let me make the statement first. You got to let me say it first.
I'm going to be like this, waiting for you to say it. Huh?
Yeah.
You're going to be like, I'm like, yeah, this is what I need you to do.
And I'm be looking at the cockeyed dude over here that's looking at me, you, and Tosh, and Gina at the same time.
I mean, I will say that I am learning, and I am learning to delegate more, because I am used to handling things and, you know, whatever. But I also realize that I guess I welcome the support. I welcome, you know, the help. And I have to be okay and delegate and know that when I let it go, you're going to treat it and take care of it as if it was, you know, if it was me. So, yeah. Okay. All right.
That made you sigh right there, dude.
Yeah. So I think are we at the end of our Last few? Okay. All right, let's get into it.
I'ma do the most since they paid to see a show. Got the South overflow, yeah. If I gotta do it, I'ma do the most. Watching me, they take no, raise a toast to the goat, yeah. Body be dripping and fancy. Pat on my nose with that fancy. Money on me, I got plenty. Hundreds, 50s, and 20s. Stay fat, lot of them. Rags, house by the lake, bought that. Opposite the brakes, draw back. Paddock on my wrist, I'ma hit him with a drip. They gon' pay the VIP to get a pick with.
Don't force any of us to change. So if he's not willing to do the work, if he's not willing to acknowledge the imperfections and say, okay, I want to do the work, and then you're supporting him, yes, I can see where the change will come in. The long suffering is definitely, but if the person is showing you the consistent pattern of toxicity and not being willing to change.
Through that door, he has to come through me, right? And I think that is the example. I mean, that shows up in everything that, that you are comfortable.
But in the right direction. And I think it comes from a lot of men struggle, and this is interesting because we grow up with spending time with the homeless. This is never. Now, I mean, we gonna go down prices, we gonna get at these kids, we do all of that. But as we get older, we don't dedicate time to understand if we need a bromance as much as we need a romance. You know what I mean? And that
got something to say, baby.
Yeah, man. That's your boy getting it
in. Listen, if you have not attended a Rebirth live, you have done yourself a disservice. As you can see, we just showed clips from a couple of our previous Rebirth live events. Mm-hmm. Man, 2024, come through.
Yeah, man.
Come through, man. We have a lot of fun, man. And you're going to be edutained to the fullest.
I like that, edutained.
That's right. That's right.
I like that, edutained. Yeah, man, it's just, it's such an honor. It's
a little bit, Corey, a little bit.
It's just looking back on that and all that was accomplished. You know what I'm saying? We did 2 Rebirth Lives last year and then 1 the year before. We did 3. I'm sorry. We did 3 because we just did our 4th one. So that was our 4th Rebirth Live that we just did.
Right.
So yeah, we've been really on our grind, and 2024 is we are going to be bringing you a lot of more things, intimate events. We're going to have another Rebirth Live that is going to be coming in the springtime. But before Rebirth Live, we're going to have Rebirth Podcast Meetup. And that is going to be a private event, but we are going to open it up for a few people to have a live audience. So I'm very excited about that. That's going to be coming in February. I will let you guys know, even though we will not be on the air right now for the next month. I definitely will be communicating all of this information on our website as well as on all social media outlets. So make sure, if you are not following us, make sure you go to @RebirthU Podcast on Instagram, on Facebook,
the website,
also on YouTube, so you can get all of that information. The website is rebirthu.com. rebirth.u.com. And we will be posting all the events that are going to be coming up. And if you want to be a part of the audience, I suggest that you make sure that you pay attention.
Yes.
So we can definitely. I know we have some people that have been supporting and that has been coming in, if not weekly, every other week. So if you guys want to be a part of that live audience, just let me know. I will make sure that you are in the building for that. So yeah. So what is your thoughts on the Rebirth Live?
Corey Van says, what's the chances you taking this on the road? The chances are very good, Corey.
Very high, Corey.
Hold tight.
Yep. We are definitely looking to do that. So thank you for that.
Yes.
Because I know a couple people have been asking, and we are going to deliver. So stay tuned. And I know everybody in this room would probably be the first time y'all hearing this, but I'm also working on a rebirth retreat. So so we looking
for the fellas.
We looking for all of us, for everybody.
I'm just making sure.
Yes, for everybody.
Sure.
Yeah. So we have a lot of things coming up for 2024. Eli, what is your thoughts about the last few clips with you dancing and stuff? What?
I mean,
that's how you come out.
We had to come in right, baby.
That's
we had
how
to come
you come
in right.
out.
But you know what? It was so much fun and so informative. But I appreciate Corey Wilkerson and India Sage. Mm-hmm. I appreciate the vulnerability that they displayed on that stage in front of basically a room full of strangers.
Yeah.
So I think that was dope, and that's what Rebirth is about right there. Being able to have some adult conversation, positive feedback, and us just supporting each other and normalizing having these conversations. We don't do these things enough in our community. It's okay. A lot of us have been broken by something. A lot of us have been through some things, and it's okay to talk about it. It doesn't make us soft, doesn't make you weak, or any of these things. So I appreciate those two. And also my man, big guy.
Eric Robinson.
Eric Robinson, brother, you are the bomb, man. I can't wait to get you in this studio.
Yes.
So profound, so much wisdom and knowledge, man. I really, everything he said, every time he spoke, he had my attention.
Yeah.
And of course, my guy, Bishop
Rob Lewis.
My spiritual leader. He don't know it. My spiritual leader, Bishop Rob. Always, man, my guy. I appreciate the realness. Just even though he's a bishop, he's the head of a church, he's just, you look at him as just a regular dude and you can relate to him. So I appreciate that about Bishop Rob. What about you?
Speaking of that, too, Pastor Delisa Lewis just dropped her book, Perfectly Broken. And I read that book in one night. So
wow.
It just was a turn page. It was a page turner. And it's very, very inspiring if you are someone that is really trying to navigate a relationship, a marriage. If you're someone that maybe have dealt with, mental health issues and, needed to work on self, this book is definitely for you. It's available on Amazon.com. And her book signing is coming up December 9th. So yeah, man. So Pastor Delisa Lewis is, of course, Bishop Rob Lewis' wife, and they both were on our Rebirth Live 4 together. Now, they both have graced the stage several times on different Rebirth Lives, but we had them on the panel together. And as always, they bring the heat. So yes. They bring the heat. Either you're going to love them or not. So
yeah, there's no in between.
There's no in between, right? So I'm very grateful for everyone, but more importantly, I'm grateful for the people that you guys don't necessarily always see. Because, just as much as we have people on the panel, there's also people that volunteer their time to make sure everything is set up and is helping. So, there's Jen Marshall, who you guys, will hear from when you're trying to come on the show or whatever. You all always see her running around behind the scenes on the Rebirth Live, making sure, our panel is taken care of, making sure I'm taken care of. So appreciate you, Jen, and, all that you do, all that you have done. Jen Fontel, she's the little one that always be at the door. Whenever there's a Rebirth Live, she knows that's what she does. She comes in and she makes sure that everybody gets in safely, tickets and all of that. There's
hair
no confusion.
Always together.
Hair always together. Yeah,
outlined
she
in the back perfectly.
Yes. Yep. And then of course we have Tasha LaQueen, who is over Philly Jams, which they're going to be changing their name coming in 2024, so look out for that. But she is definitely behind the scenes in the production of the Rebirth Show every Monday. So, I appreciate all of those that, give their time and have been supporting the vision. Shout out to you for showing up and rocking out with me every Monday and bringing your flavor, your flair, your comedic, your styling, your personality, the love for what you do. You dope. So I really appreciate you.
And thank you.
Yeah.
Because this is all, we sit here because of you and the vision that you have for this. So I think we're all proud to support it and to push it forward. And so, you're pretty dope your damn self. I don't hang out with non-dope people.
Right?
So if you sit beside me, you already know you dope.
So guys, we are excited. If there is something that you would like to see, please hit me up. Info rebirthlive@gmail.com. Info rebirthlive@gmail.com. Drop us a message. I want to see what's going on. Oh, and also stay connected at 844-516-7189. If you text that number, you'll get everything that's coming up. All right? So that number is 1-844-516-7189. Text that number, and I will make sure that everything that is coming up, you guys will be the first to know. All right? So, guys, it has been an amazing 2023. Thank you for supporting Rebirth. Thank you to everyone who tunes in. And we look forward to coming back to you January 2024. We hope that you guys have a wonderful holiday. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Love is love. When he said y'all don't know Eli was Ricky Fountain at
Fontaine.
Oh, Ricky Fountain.
I ain't still on Corey. They just came on through.
We love you, Corey Van. I can't wait for you to come up this way so you can come on the show. All right, guys. Y'all have a blessed night. Thank you again for having for just supporting Rebirth in 2023. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. And we will see you next year. God bless you.
Peace.